Oh, I'm finding it very good, actually. It's the first seminar between Interpol and ITU-IMPACT. So far, it's been good. The training content's been really good, and I think there's good energy in the room too from the participants. So the objective of the training is basically to provide the knowledge for both the cyber investigators as well as the CERT community. You know, so kind of bringing both communities together to talk about issues that are relevant in dealing with cybercrime, to level set just basic foundation, but as well as to talk about some emerging technologies as well. So current trends, basically, technology is ever changing. It's constantly moving forward, and I think that's a challenge for the law enforcement community and the security community is to stay on top of those trends. In one hand, we're seeing a lot of movement to the mobile platform. A lot of cell phones, and it seems like now that you can do pretty much anything on a mobile phone, on a smartphone, than you can on a personal computer. And so because of that, it's also opening up a lot of vulnerabilities. One is because of the ease to conduct activity, cybercrime, but also to investigate, because now as investigators, they have to become knowledgeable as far as how to do digital forensics on a mobile platform. Right. In places like, for instance, like Africa, you're seeing an explosion of new users coming on mobile platforms, right? And already you're finding an area where that's pretty under-equipped, under-trained, and so to be able to close that gap is definitely a challenge. And so I think that's where, as Interpol, as the Interpol Global Complex for Innovation, that's where we have a role to play, along with partners like IMPACT, to be able to provide that type of training to frontline investigators, to basically close that skill gap. So that's an area that we need to focus on, because obviously when it comes to accepting digital evidence, every country's got its own ways to handle evidence, right? In their own requirements, and it's gonna vary from country to country. But one of the challenges we see is that obviously there's a skill gap, as I was mentioning, between what the investigators know and what the criminals have. But I think where that's quite prevalent is in the judiciary, like with the judges. And I think being able to raise the knowledge level on that end, to give them the understanding, because now you're seeing so many different type of crimes, traditional crimes, that have a cyber element, right? So it's not just your denial of service attacks or botnets, but you're seeing obviously child pornography, online illegal pharmaceutical transactions. They're all having a cyber component now. So now it's being able to raise the level of awareness and expertise on that side. And again, that's an area that I think as Interpol that we can play a role in being able to provide that training, that holistic training, to not only the investigators but also to the prosecutors and judges as well.